Hello, students, and welcome to class 9th. I hope you all are doing well. Today, we are going to start Your Moments book, chapter 1, The Lost Child, written by Mulk Raj Anand. So, let's get started. Before we proceed further, let's first know something about the author. So, Mulk Raj Anand, you can see the picture over here at right hand side. This is Mulk Raj Anand. So he was born on 12th December 1905 and he was died on 28th of September 2004. Mulraj Anand was an Indian writer. Who he was? He was an Indian writer in English and notable for his depiction. Depiction means how he shows. So his depiction of the lives of poor caste in traditional Indian society. So as we know, our country India is actually somehow we can find endless number of poors in the society. He was very much famous for presenting such traditional Indian societies in a very beautiful manner that it seems to be realistic. Second, one of the pioneers of India or Indo Anglo fiction, he together with R.K. Narayan, Ahmad Ali, and Raja Rao. So, he together with all of them was one of the first India based writers in English to gain an international leadership or the readership. So, he was the one who was not only famous in India for his writings, but also he has gained the readers in international platform too. Anand is admired for his novels and short stories. So Mr. Mulk Raj Anand is basically famous for his short stories and novels, as well as which have acquired the status of classic of modern Indian English literature. So it was also grabbed the attention and also the place in modern English literature. They were noted for their perspective, insight into the lives of the oppressed, and for their analysis of impoverishment, exploitation, and misfortune. So they were means R.K. Narayan, Ahmad Ali, Raja Rao, and even Mulk Raj Anand. They all were very famous for depicting the lives of the people and also presenting it in an improvised format. Also, the lives which are getting exploited, the exploitation around the world, and how it is being experienced by the people, what they feel, what's their emotion, right? And also the misfortune of the people is also being presented in such a very realistic manner by Mulk Raj Anand and other writers too. So I hope you have gone through very nicely about the author, that is Mulk Raj Anand. Now let's see some introduction about the chapter. So, the lost child, definitely, as far as the title suggests, there's a child who has been lost. Now, why he lost, where he lost, and what was the reason that he got lost? Was he alone or was he with somebody else? These all are the questions rolling down in our mind. So, let's see what's there in the story. The Lost Child is the story of a small child. So, we will be going to see a small child in this story who gets lost in a fair. Where he gets lost? He gets lost in a fair. Fair means mela. He had gone with his parents to the fair but loses them when he gets engrossed in looking a roundabout swing. Now, what is this roundabout swings? I must say that you might have visited one or the other fairs around your locations, right? Might be in villages. Nowadays, we have in the cities too a very big swings, right? That is called as the roundabout, where so many people are actually scared of taking ride on it. So these are all called as the adventurous roundabout. So when the child was very much engrossed means he was too busy in watching that roundabout. In the meanwhile time, he was lost in that roundabout, and he found that he is now alone. There's nobody with him. The story highlights the bond of love and affection that child shares with his parents. This story will also tell us that what was the emotion of the child, how he feels for his parents, and how a child used to behave when he goes to any fair, right? And later on, he will also realize what is important for him before losing them. So, before losing his parents, he had been demanding different things like sweets, balloons, flowers, swings, etc. So, before, when he was having his parents with him, so he was looking for other things for the happiness. He was searching happiness in other things like sweets, he was searching happiness in balloons, he was searching happiness in flowers, in swings, etc. Once, once he loses them, he is picked up by a stranger. So once he lost his parents, one of the stranger who found him crying, he picked him up. The stranger tries to quieten the child by offering him all the things he had been demanding for from his parents. So now see the irony. Earlier, he was demanding for all the other things and he was willing for getting the happiness over there in those things, and he was ignoring the parents. And he was not at all, he was thinking that my parents are not at all loving me, and that's the reason they are not buying those things for me. But later, when he found that he has been lost and was picked up by some of the stranger, and that stranger, in order to quieten him, in order to make him quiet, he started offering him all those things which he was demanding from his parents. Now let's see what's his response. Is he happy after getting all those things and forget about his parents? Or he is going to demand for something else? Let's see. But the child doesn't want them anymore. But now the child doesn't want all those materialistic things anymore. He don't want sweets, he don't want balloons, he doesn't want any kind of the flowers, swings, etc. Now what he wants is he wants his parents now. So for anyone, for any child, his parents, although he might not feel that kind of the value or the importance when he has that kind of the particular thing or the people around him, but once he lost, when he experienced or she experienced the fear of losing someone, then they try to understand the value of the people around them, right? So let's see. This chapter is very interesting, full of lots of emotions, right? So be ready for the ride of the lost child. So we are with the first paragraph of this story. Before I proceed further, here you can see a picture, right? In this picture, which you have seen in the front cover too, this picture you can see there is a man, a woman, and a child as well. They all have dressed up in a very nice manner, in a very good bright colors clothes, right? It means they, and at the back side you can see this is the roundabout. Okay, so they all are very happy and beaming out with happiness. So let's see what this story is all about. It was the festival of spring. So this festival of fair used to actually being celebrated at the time or the season of spring. From the wintry shades of narrow lanes and alleys emerged a gaily clad humanity. So before spring, there was wintry shades, means the season of winter. And you know that in winter season, normally people used to be inside there, they close the doors and be inside their houses. But now those narrow lanes means, it's written here, narrow roads, especially in rural areas. So in rural areas you'll find that there are very narrow roads. I think you won't find these things in city areas, but yes, in the villages, if you have gone through over there, if you belongs to the village area, then you might have noticed that there are very narrow lanes, narrow roads over there. So the narrow lanes which were in the winter season was totally, you can say it as, there was nobody. It was totally empty. Now suddenly, and alley. What does it mean, alley? The narrow passway or the passageway between or behind buildings were full of shades. So, alley means like there are two houses, and between that there's a narrow passway, that is, or might be there is a road which is near the building and covered with the shade of it. So that is alley, means again the small area used for passway, which used to be empty. Empty in which season? In the winter season. Now as the spring has approached, people started emerging. They came out. They are coming out. They are stepping out from their houses. A gaily clad. What is this gaily clad? Cheerful and in new clothes. Now people are very happy because the spring season has come. They are going for fair. So as you can see in the picture as well, they are very happy and they are moving out from their houses in new clothes to attend that fair. Some walked, some rode on horses, some sat being carried in bamboo and bullock carts. So everybody took different means of transport in order to reach the fair. Some were walking, some were riding on horses, some sat down, some were carried out in the bamboo and the bullock carts. So they were moving towards where? They all were moving towards the fair to enjoy. One little boy ran between his father's legs, brimming over with the laughter, with life and laughter. So here, when everybody was busy, they were dressing up themselves very nicely and they all were getting ready to go for the party. Actually that fair is party for them only, so they were ready themselves. They were very you can say it as happy and was full of happiness and were going for the fair. In the meanwhile time, there was a small boy. He was running and was found running between his father's leg and was full of, means it was just like brimming over. I can explain this word in a very easy example. Just like there is a glass full of water, right? It's already filled. Now if you'll pour the water more on it, it will spread out. That is brimming out, मतलब उछल उछल कर बाहर आना. So that is, he was full of something. So he was actually full of life, happiness, laughter. He was very excited to attend that fair. I hope this is clear. Now let's move on to the next. Now let's see what his parents say. Come, child, come, called his parents as he lagged behind. What do you mean by the word lagged behind? Because he was left behind, because he was very much engrossed. He was very busy in seeing the things around him. So he sometimes used to, or maybe you can say it as, he was walking very slowly, so he used to lag behind. He used to left behind. And why he was left behind, we'll get the reason over here. Fascinated means attracted. He was attracted by the toys in the shops that lined the way. Lined the way means that was set up along the way. Okay, now the question arises, have you ever went to a fair? Or I think you can say it as our this Prayagraj, we find this fair or the melas as a very frequent occasions. Just like I'll take the example of Dashera, right? There also, if I'll take the example of Kumbh, there also. So you'll find that the people are having small temporary shops and they display various kind of beautiful articles or the items like toys, balloons, sweets, right? Everything is being displayed over there. So, being a child, definitely the child will be attracted to everything which is being displayed over there. So, this was the same case with this child also, as you can see in the picture. The parents are moving further, and this child is lagging behind as he is fascinated by some other things and he's pointing out over there too. Right? So, let's move on to the next. I hope this is clear. Let's see what happened next then. Okay, now this picture shows that he is little sad, right? The question arises why? So let's see. He hurried towards his parents, his feet obedient to their call, his eyes still lingering. Now, definitely, when his parents, in the previous slide, you saw that the parents were calling him. So he started walking towards, he hurried towards the parents, and his feet, means his legs, were also very obedient, was following the instructions of the parents, and he reached over there. But what to do about the eyes? They were lingering. Lingering means lasting for a long. For a long time, it was looking towards the same things, those fascinated things, right? On the receding. What is the meaning of receding here? Left behind as he walked ahead. Like, for example, as we have seen in the previous picture, that his parents were walking further and he was looking backside. He was also moving further. His feet were working according to the instruction of the parents, but his eyes were totally focused toward those toys and he was lingering. Lingering means he was for a long time he was watching over there. As he came to where they had stopped. Now, when he reached to the place where his parents have stopped over there and was waiting for him, he could not suppress. Suppress means he could not put himself to an end. Means he don't want to sit there or end his entire this journey of you can say it as the fair, or he don't want to stop his curiosity to see other things as well. The desire of his heart, even though he well knew the old, cold stare of refusal in their eyes. So, although he is not going to put up the end to his desires of getting all those things which are fascinating him, although he very well know his parents very old and cold. What do you mean by the cold over here is without any feelings and emotions. Because what the feeling and emotion he was getting after seeing those toys and the things, the same was not generated by the parents. And they were looking towards him with a stare of refusal. Refusal means they are refusing, that they are not going to buy anything for whatever he is asking. Now you might be thinking how rude the parents are. But the question arises, do we really know what's the reason behind it? So maybe no. So let's see that how now see that this child became very sad. He is having tears in his eyes because he knows that whatever he is asking for, the same thing is not felt by the parents, and they are not going to buy him all those things which he is asking for, because they were looking towards him with a stare of refusal, and he felt very bad. So he is very sad right now. Let's move to the next slide. Okay. So here it is. Don't go with the picture right now. First, let's see what's there in the content, and then we'll get to know what is happening here. I want the toy, he pleaded. Now he is requesting, Father, please, please, I want the toys. Just buy me those toys, please, Father, please. Now let's see. The child was unable to control his desire any longer. Now he has controlled his desire for so long. He was walking along with them and following all the instructions, but now he cannot stop. So he somehow requested, please, Father, I want those toys and please buy them. Let's see. He said that he wanted to buy them and he was expressing his desire to get those toys. Now let's see. His father looked at him red eyed. Now you can see his father's eyes are totally red. Red eyed means he's in very great anger, very high temperature. And his familiar tyrants. Familiar tyrants means he, being a child, he is, you can say it as he's very much familiar with his father's looks, behavior, and everything. So it's a familiar tyrant means his cruel and oppressive ruler. He was behaving like a cruel ruler. So he was very much familiar with this look, and he was looking very angrily towards the child, and can see the child very sad because he know that again that he is not going to get what he is asking for. So I guess you children can understand the emotion of this child, as I guess you too do the same thing when you go to any kind of fair or any shopping mall even, and you start asking for from your parent that father I want this, father I want that, and in this way. So I think the students out there can understand the feeling of this child very well, right? Okay. So I think this chapter is actually full of lots of emotion, the same emotion and feeling you can even feel while listening the story and even reading the content too. So let's move on to the next slide of it. Okay, now here his mother melted. Now definitely if you will talk about parents and especially mother, then her heart is very very soft. Sometimes father become very rude, but the mother is mother only, and their heart is very very soft, and they cannot bear the pain of the child, they cannot see the child in pain. So that's all about moms. So his mother melted because, and became, what do you mean by the word melted? Now melted means became tender and loving by the fierce spirit of the day, was tender, and giving him her finger to hold, said, "Look, child, what is before you?" Now, here, the definitely mothers are very, very soft hearted, and here the mother of this child is also very soft hearted, and she melted. Melted means she became very tender, she became very soft and loving by free spirits of the day was tender, and giving him his finger to hold, and said, "Look, child, what is before you?" So in order to make the child feel better and make him realize that we are, means actually I am there for you and we both are there for you, so she asked him to hold the finger and look somewhere else, which is very beautiful, and this is the thing which you cannot find anywhere else. Let's see what's that. It was the flowering mustard field. As you can see in the picture also, there's a flowering mustard field. Pale means dull and colorless, like melting gold, as it swept across miles and miles of even land. What do you mean by the melting gold? Melting gold means, as you, if you have ever gone through the village and you've seen this mustard fields live, then you might have noticed, seems in when the sunshine falls on it, it seems like that the gold has spread all over the field, right? So the same is the meaning over here as well. A group of dragonflies were bustling about on their Gaudi. Gaudi means extremely bright and showy. So, as it was a sunny day, because we are talking about the spring season, and it was very sunny, and this dragonflies were moving around and was playing over there in the open sky. Purple wings intercepting the flight of a lone black bee or butterfly in search of sweetness from the flower. Even the number of these purple wings dragonflies was more than that of the black bee and the butterflies, and they were intercepting each other, means crossing each other, and was flying over there in the search of sweet from the flowers, right? So I hope this is also very clear, because it is something which relates to our real life too. So I can say the text to world, you can relate it to the world also, text to self also, because you can relate this text to yourself too. So let's move on to the next slide, and let's see what else we can explore about this chapter. Okay, so we were talking about purple color dragonfly. So you can see the picture of a very sweet purple colored dragonfly over here. Let's see. The child followed them in the air. Now, child is fascinated by the dragonflies and the butterflies. Those, you can say it as the butterflies, right? And he is now following them with his gaze. Gaze means looking continuously somewhere, till one of them would still its wings and rest. And he was waiting so that definitely at least one of them should sit and rest, and then you can go and capture. Have you ever done that thing in your real life too? I don't think so there's anybody who is escaped from this, because me as a child have also done the same thing. Because when I was a child, I used to run after the butterflies. They are very colorful, so I used to run after from one place to another in search of them, so that once they will sit on the flowers, I will just capture them. So it was not the intention was not to harm them, just to see the beauty of that butterfly and then leave it in the open sky. So the same thing happens with the students too, but it would go fluttering, flapping up into air. But the thing was that this dragonfly was so, you can say it as naughty, and it was fluttering, was flapping the wings, and was going up in the air. When he had almost caught it in his hand, when he was almost just about to catch that, this your dragonfly, then his mother gave a cautionary call, and immediately his mother called him. Come, child, come. Come on to the footpath. And immediately the child was called by the parents to come to the footpath area. Now, I hope this entire text is also very connecting, very, very, you can say it as emotional and beautiful and full of exciting content, I can say. Now, let's see what else we can find over here in the next slide. Oh wow. So here I can see, even you can see this picture, which is a movable picture. There's a movement in the picture. You can see the worms over there, those who are coming out from the earth surface, looking toward the sun, feeling excited. This one you can see this one is very excited, this one is also very excited, right? So let's see what is happening over here. He ran towards his parents gaily and walked abreast. What does it mean is side by side and facing the same way. So then he walked towards his parents, and he was just walking next to them and was facing in the same direction wherever they are facing. Of them for a while, means for a while only. He was not very much, means like his eyes are not very obedient as the leg is. So, being, however, soon left behind. Now, again, he is going to get attracted towards something. He got attracted by the little insects and the worms along the footpath. So, you can see the insects and the worms along the footpath, and the way they are reacting, definitely any child can get attracted toward these. You can say it as the worms and the insects, right? That were teeming out. Teeming out means that were coming out or pouring out from their hiding places to enjoy the sunshine. Or they are enjoying the sunshine, and see the face, they are very happy. These worms are very happy after seeing the sun rays, and the happiness can be found in the picture itself, I should say the moving picture itself. So here I'm going to end this video's first part of the lost child. Definitely we will meet with the second part of this video very soon. Till then, I'll be going to give you some work. You have to prepare the list of the things which you have asked to your parents in order to buy for you, and also you have to write a paragraph where you have to write a note regarding if you have also visited some or the other places like this. It's not necessary just only the fair. You might have visited malls, might be the local bazaar or the local markets, anywhere where you were fascinated by different articles. So you have to prepare a short paragraph and write it down, scan it, and then send the PDF. Okay, so thank you so much. We'll meet in the next video very, very soon.